Over a year ago, I moved from the cold climate of North America to Thailand. This is the story of how and why I came to be here. You see, after turning 50, I decided I needed to make a profound change in my life if I ever wanted to see 60. I was grossly overweight, out of shape, and my blood pressure was off the charts. I needed to make a change to my daily routine and diet, yes, but I also needed to escape the sedentary lifestyle I had for many years. I'd long been a traveler to different parts of Asia, and I was familiar with several possible retirement locations. Although I considered Thailand to be one such place, it was actually low on my list at first, as I hadn't visited the kingdom in well over 20 years. After researching my options and doing some honest soul searching, I remembered back and found many fond memories of Thailand. I remembered it being a country rich in culture and tradition, with lush green mountains to the north and white sandy beaches to the south, with great food, welcoming people, and generally a laid-back atmosphere. So eventually, I finally decided to stop procrastinating, and I committed. Once I did, I realized a huge burden had been lifted, and I knew I had made the right decision. Several months later, I landed in Bangkok in the middle of the night. I caught a cab down to the coast to the city of Jomtien, a suburb of Pattaya. The seaside town of Jomtien seemed to offer what I was looking for in terms of affordable housing close to the beach, and most importantly, there was a walking path. I hadn't been off the plane for more than 5 hours, and I found myself standing on the beach adjacent to the walking path. While I enjoyed the view of the calm morning sea, I instantly remembered why I was there and what I needed to do. So this is where it started for me. In fact, right over here, this is where I stayed. Golden Jomtien Beach Hotel, Soi 16 Jomtien, maybe a block from the water. It was a brand new hotel at the time, but still probably new. They cater to mostly Chinese tour bus groups. In the morning, they pile into the buses and head out for the day. A lot of them would use their couple discretionary minutes before the bus tour to come down to the beach and explore a little bit. Look at the little seafood market that they put out in the mornings. This is the 7-Eleven I took my first weigh-in at. Got a scale. Generally all 7-Elevens have these scales. Actually looks like a newer scale than the one I used. They probably replaced it, but this is it. This is what it looked like in the morning. This is the first thing I saw. I arrived in the cover of darkness. This walking path goes about 3 kilometers this way. Goes about another 1.5 kilometers the other way. I probably walked here the first 90 days, maybe 80 of those days. Average of maybe 4 kilometers a day. About 320 kilometers on this walking path. That was phase 1. I was up at the crack of dawn every morning and out on the walking path first thing. At first I would probably only walk about 2.5 to 3 kilometers, but each day I would try to walk farther and faster, and the efforts quickly yielded results. My first weigh-in was 137 kilograms. Within days, I was down to 133 kilograms. And from there, I began losing 1 to 2 kilos per week, or 5 to 6 kilos per month, and feeling better every day. In fact, after about a month and a half, I saw a doctor to check and refill my blood pressure meds, but I was told that I didn't need them anymore. I was eating mostly Thai food from the various food courts around town. The portions looked almost minuscule to what I was used to, but in all honesty, they would fill me up, and at only $1 to $2 per meal, it seemed like the thing to do. In addition, I suddenly had much more energy on a daily basis. After my morning walks, I would explore the area, and in doing so, try to learn everything I could. Unfortunately, the first thing I probably learned was that this area was not for me. To start, there were way too many tourists, which resulted in heavy traffic. And maybe more importantly, there were far too many distractions. I needed to be able to focus on the primary reason I was here. Besides, if I'm honest, this was not the Thailand I remembered. The gravel road, ramshackle patio I had visited 28 years ago had grown into a world-class tourist destination. There were now huge shopping malls, elaborate hotels and condos, and everybody seemed to be in a hurry. I wanted to step back in time to the Thailand I knew in the early 90s, but maybe with a few extra added conveniences. About an hour's drive north of Pattaya, I found what I was looking for. The town of Bang Sen, a much quieter and laid-back town which is home to one of the premier Thai universities. A beach town, mostly quiet during the week, but with a heavy influx of Thais from Bangkok over the weekends to sort of spice things up. There was a nice mall, lots of eateries, a brilliant beach, and most of all, the perfect walking path. So 90 days in, and 16 kilos later, I moved to Bang Sen. This is the beach in the morning. Pretty peaceful. See people out here taking some photos, setting up. They'll set up chairs, set up umbrellas, set up food stalls, get ready for a day. But over here, this is why I come here. 2.3-ish kilometers of a perfectly flat, perfectly straight, perfectly smooth walking path. Yeah, the best I've seen anywhere. Partially covered by these coconut palms, dotted with vendors, food vendors, all sorts of different vendors. Like I said, the path's 2.3 kilometers long, so that's about 4.6 if you go all the way down and all the way back, which I do. Takes me about 38 minutes. I've done a personal best of 36.5 minutes. So even though I walk faster than some of the folks jog. But it's a brilliant place in the morning. Brilliant place any time of day, but in the morning for some exercise. I figured out I probably have at 4.5-ish kilometers a day. Every 100 days, 450 kilometers. Maybe I've done 900 kilometers. about 600 miles, I guess. So I've wore out probably 2 pair of shoes on here. But I can think of a lot worse places to do this, but not many better. The weight loss would continue, albeit at a slower rate. 5 months later, I had lost another 18 kilos, but the weight loss had now practically ground to a halt. After my first weigh-in, I had set a personal goal of losing 37 kilos in the first calendar year, which gave me a target weight of 100 kilos to hit, and I wasn't quite there. I had been putting off going to the gym because I wanted to lose the amount of weight I had envisioned first, but I finally decided to give working out a try and see what effect it would have. I was worried I would actually start gaining weight back by pumping iron, and that was the last thing I wanted. My worst fears were not realized, though. Within 30 days of the gym regimen beginning, the weight loss had actually started again. In fact, if I could go back and do anything different, it would be to start at the gym earlier in the process. I started off at 137 kilos. I did 8 months of rigorous walking, 5 to 6 days per week, followed by 4 months of 2 gym workouts and 3 days of walking per week. So at the 1-year mark, where would I be weight-wise? How much would I weigh today? Would I hit my personal goal of 100 kilos? Another morning, getting ready for a walk, but before I walk today, I'm going to go over for a weigh-in. I usually do the weigh-in before I walk. Haven't done one in about a month and a half. So I'm going to go right over here. To the 7-Eleven and do the old 1-baht weigh-in, and we'll see how that goes. Okay. So I had reached my first year goal, and a little bit more actually. I was now 40 kilos lighter, or 88 pounds, or 6.3 stone. No matter what unit you use to measure, the truth of the matter is, I had lost almost 30% of my total body weight during the course of the preceding 12 months. I thought it would be nice to have a bit of a celebratory meal that day, so I skipped lunch and had an early dinner on the beach with a friend. I remembered back to my first couple days here, and specifically this photo. People I show this to now often react with disbelief. The picture was actually captured from a video produced by Kev in Thailand, a famous Pattaya vlogger who has recently fallen upon some very tough times. I took this selfie with Kev on one of my first days here. I sincerely wish him all the best and hope he is able to find comfort and peace. Everyone I know here is praying he can somehow make a recovery. But although the first week or so here was a huge adjustment for me, I link most of the success I realized in reaching my goal to the act of immediately establishing the early morning walking routine as soon as I hit the ground. So, I wish I had some kind of special diet to give you, but this is it. It's more about what I didn't eat than what I ate. Fast food, McDonald's, donuts, all the junk.
fried chicken, KFC, Popeyes, all that junk. Just cut that out. Still have one night a week, go out and enjoy a beer. Even had an ice cream cone one night a week. I got ice cream cones for 30 baht in the mall. But yeah, for me it's no kind of special diet. It's just about cutting out maybe the 25 or 30% worst foods and replacing those with something a little bit healthier. More fruit, more vegetables, that kind of stuff. But the exercise is the big thing. So yeah, I still have some weight to lose. Another 10 or 12 kilos would be good. Maybe over the next year. I'm in no rush. Lost most of it. I'm on the right track. Until then, I'm happy to stay here. I'm an hour south from the bustling streets of Bangkok. A little less than an hour north of the perpetual party in Pattaya. And 5 minutes from the place I've always dreamed of. I want to thank everybody for watching. I know this episode has been a bit different from what I normally do, but I wanted to post this in the event someone watching is maybe similar to me. They may be able to gain some inspiration or ideas from this to sort of help them along their way. So back to the normal hijinks next episode. Until then, bye for now.